What's up, everybody? It's election night. Hopefully, everybody voted. Look at Bitcoin back in 2015. You can see a very clear bear market here. And what we see is exactly what is happening right now, right? Where we get three waves to the upside and we get three waves to the downside. You can even say 1, 2, 3, and then you have 1, 2, 3 in there, right? So basically, what it is, right? It's a move to the upside, and then you have a flush, and then you go insanity, right? So you're building that Wyckoff base. Now, if you look, let me show you Theta, but not just Theta, all the other coins as well. Look at this. It's the same type of behavior, right? Where we have this kind of three-way move up, we have this three-way move up, right? And then we flush really fast, coming right back down to support. Same exact thing happening to Theta. Flush right back down to support. And then what happens? I mean, this should be the low. According to this fractal, guys, this should be the low. This should be it, right? Which means that, Bitcoin should be in the 1-2 setup. Right? So, I mean, we could have a little bit lower, but essentially we're right there, right? So where we should be. So, in essence, we should see a move up, right? Maybe flag out a little bit, kick back up, and then get on our way. So that's, according to the fractal, right? And you can see, I mean, this correction here, you got this move here, right? You drop down, flag out, drop down, flag out, boom, 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 bam, boom, 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 bam, right? It's the same thing, and then you base out, right? And now that's exactly what we're doing. So, I mean, come on, I mean, it's right there. So this could be very, very interesting how this is lining up, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because think about what time it is, right? And what time is it? It's election night. So this is interesting how right here marked the low, right, from this base right in here. Well, actually this did, and you can see that same wick. I mean, look at that. You can see the same wick right there, and then you see the same sort of three-wave move, right? Three-wave move. Or actually three-wave move here, and then you flush down, and then you flush down, right? And then you just bam, bam, flag out, and then continue to rock and roll. So, and let's look at another chart. Let's look at IMX, same kind of thing, right? Let's look at XRP is definitely a lot different, which is interesting to say the least. But you can see XRP is pumping right now. I mean, look at that. So, but let's keep going down here. Let's check out ICP. ICP, it's a little bit similar. It's not as good looking as Theta, but you can kind of see, right? We're having that flush down after that big move up. So it's basically like, 1, 2, 3, flush. 1, 2, 3, flush. Moonshot. Maybe we get a moonshot. All right, let's look at Filecoin here. Same kind of thing, right? You're building a base down in here. You're building a base. So I mean, let's look at whatever this is, CFX. Same kind of thing, right? You have this boom, 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 flush. Boom, 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 flush, right? So there was one I really wanted to show. I think it was, well, let's look at total 3 for a minute. Yeah, total 3 is definitely different. I mean, positively, right? So you can see right here we had a three-way move up. But we have a flat here. See, this came down and flushed the low. That's why I'm still a little bit, we could still come down and flush the low here with total 3. So, but then it would kind of mess up the other fractal, so, it's a little bit challenging. Look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin is still making higher highs and higher lows. I mean, it's is looking a little bit interesting. I mean, the way it moves up, resets, moves up, reset, move up, reset, 1 2 1 2 1 2. I mean, this is revving up. You know, and when you look at something like theta, I mean, it's, you know, it's sort of way down in here. Like, let's put on theta right here. I mean, you can see, look at the divergence. I mean, that's, you know, very noticeable. So watch out for that. Same thing with Ethereum. It's not doing as well as Dogecoin, but you can kind of see we're coiling in here. So anybody's guess on where that breaks. But when we look at, you know, most of the coins, like for example ADA, you know, and like Theta, they all have that same type of look, right? Where they're building their base, just like what Bitcoin did, right? Moved its way down, right? And then eventually it revs up. So same thing with Theta Fuel. Look at that. You have this 3 waves up, flush the low. Maybe that's all we need, right? And you know what? This actually is a perfect Wyckoff, right? So if you draw the line right there, look, there's the liquidity grab, there's the spring right there. So essentially it's Wyckoff, and that's exactly what, you know, we've been talking about here. So look at ZIL. Same thing with ZIL, right? You got 3 up, you got 3 down, right? Same kind of thing. I mean, you can see SHIB, you know, it's a little bit different. It kind of already did it. Like, it had 3 up, and then it flushed the low. Had 3 up, it flushed the low. So it kind of made a little miniature one. And look at this, guys. We came up, and now we're flagging out. The same thing happened with Bitcoin over here. I have to look at that a little bit more closely. Look at that. SHIB is actually pumping right now. Pretty good. I mean, everything's actually pumping. Look at this. It's kind of like the same kind of move here, right? Same kind of look in a way, you know? So maybe we kind of, you know, break out just as we did with Bitcoin back in the day. We'll see how that plays out, but it's, you know, it's still pumping, still looking good. Check out Render here. We got 3 waves up, we flushed the low. I mean, you know, there's examples all over. Let's see, Pepe. I'm just trying to go as fast as I can here. Chainlink, same thing with Chainlink, right? So, you know, you can see it. H-bar, that's what I wanted to show. Okay, so H-bar, what I was going to say is it looks a lot like a flat, guys. So it kind of looks like we have, you know, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and then you get 1 2 3 4 5, and this right there is a flat, right? Or it has the appearance of a flat, and what that does is it gets us right back to this area. You know, what is that, 7 cents or almost 8 cents, right around there. So that's what I'm thinking is going on now. So that's why I wanted to make this video, because I wanted to show you this flat. And when I looked at it, it reminded me of Bitcoin. And as I started looking at Bitcoin back in 2015, I started looking at this, and I'm like, you know what? That's what we've been looking at this whole time. You know, it's something very similar. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So right now it's 178 to 99. It looks like we got Florida, Texas, Wyoming. I mean, all of them we thought, right? So already got 30 million counted votes. So yeah, let's see how this plays out. By the way, when we look at Trump right here, where's Trump at? Right here. Look at it. It's up 20% right now. 20%. So look at Trump. USD or MAGA USDT, you can see right here we have 1 2 3 4 5, or yeah, so we have an impulse, right? And then we have a 3-way pullback, right? We're flagging out. So this looks like it's ready to kick some butt here. So watch out for Trump, and especially if he wins tonight. I mean, this looks like it's primed for him to win. So if we look at, let's look at Kamala. Look at Kamala. Kamala's dumping right here. Kamala Harris, Wow, look at that. Look at that. You know, at first I thought it was kind of like a Wyckoff and we were going to break out and back test and then maybe take off. But look at this. We're just dumping right now. So, you know, crypto, the charts never lie, right? I mean, things are getting set up. Unless, you know, if they cheat big, which I really, really believe they are, they're going to commit widespread voter fraud, election fraud. It's going to happen. And you know, if Trump wins, or if it looks like it's close, then we might wake up tomorrow morning and there's going to be all of a sudden all of these new votes, right, that came pouring in. Okay, we have all these ballots and they were all for Kamala, and all of a sudden we're kind of consolidating, boom, and then we just shoot up like that. Like, come on, you know what I mean? So here's MAGA. This is a little bit different than Trump. This chart here, it kind of looks like, you know, it's kind of revving up in here, you know. Well, let's see if it gets going. Looks interesting. So anyways, that'll do it. I will catch you guys on the next one. And hopefully everything goes smoothly. But I really believe there's going to be a lot of election chaos. It might not happen tonight. It might not even be tomorrow. But I think, you know, once it starts to sink in, whoever wins, I think it's going to be Trump. But, you know, if Kamala wins, obviously it was a cheat. It was a steal. And there's going to be like hashtag stop the steal. There's going to be all this video footage, right? So it can go both ways. And it's kind of interesting because if Trump wins, then we're really never going to address the voter fraud. So it feels like that Kamala should win, and then that's how you open up the door for election fraud. Because if we want to change our elections, if we want to change the way we, you know, how our elections should be fair, then it has to be exposed. And the only way to do that is for them to, you know, for example, Trump says too big to rig, right? It's got to be too big to rig. So they're going to try to rig it as, you know, as much as possible. It used to be back in the day where the race would be so tight, right? It'd be so tight that they can easily sway the vote one way or another. They can tip the scale because it's easy. But there's so many people voting for Trump, it's going to be so hard to tip the scales, which means they got to go full throttle. And when you go full throttle, you start making mistakes, and those mistakes are going to be shown to the world, and it's going to be exposed. So that's what I think is going to happen. So it's going to be very, very interesting. So stay tuned. And Bitcoin, again, that fractal we just looked at, that's very serious stuff. So let's see how it plays out. All right, guys, cheers.